Hello, good morning. Welcome aboard to AM News. My name is Denise Apomaije in our very first story. Policy think tank, the Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy, is raising concerns over claims by the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana GoldBod regarding Bar Rock Company Limited's 2 billion cedi advance payments guarantee in connection with GoldBod's gold aggregation and trade agreements. Speaking at a press conference, Professor Isaac Boadi explains the level of cash adequacy ratio any bank will be required to hold to issue a 2 billion cedi guarantee. We'll be hearing from the Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy shortly. But first, let's listen to Sami Jainfi speaking on Newsfile.
Say somebody is an aggregator, it means that he's entitled to receive state funds to buy gold. And therefore, there is a strict set of governance, legal, operational, and financial requirements he must meet as a risk mitigation measure. He must have minimum 3 years experience in gold trading. He must have minimum 3 financial statements preceding his application. He must have at least 3 buying offices in the country. He must have at least a bullion van and so on. But the most important requirement is this. He must present to the GoldBod a bank guarantee or an advance payment guarantee from a recognized financial institution.
Bar Rock is
only
one that,
and I'm saying it on Newsfile today. Yes, I'm saying he has given us an advance payment guarantee covering a trade capital support of 2 billion cedis. 2 billion cedis.
Let's now hear from Professor Isaac Boadi, who is with the Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy.
Why it is of national importance to us, the scale and the risk. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 billion is not a trivial figure. 2 billion is not a trivial figure. It raises fundamental questions about public financial exposure and sovereign risk. Public financial integrity of Ghana gold aggregation and trading arrangements. Possible implication for Bank of Ghana's gold reserves, liquidity, operations, and balance sheets. Compliance with public financial management, procurement, and governance law. In a democratic society, as we have here, particularly one managing strategic national resources such as gold, such arrangement must be transparent, lawful, and fully accountable. We look at a formal demand for documentary evidence. To ensure transparency, we are formally requesting certified true copies of documents under the following 5 broad areas.
Well, he also added that with data, no single bank in Ghana has the capacity to produce the 2 billion cedi as guarantee.
Now let's look at the network. So based on prudential rules, a fully secured 2 billion guarantee will require a bank with a minimum net worth of 20 billion. Any bank that wants to advance or give an advance payment guarantee in terms of its net worth supposed to have about 20 billion. So which bank in Ghana can cough or show 20 billion net worth? EcoBank stood at 5.4. So with a bank of 5.4, we'll be able to cough or give a guarantee of 2 billion. So which bank here showed 20 billion? GCB, 4.0 billion. ADB, 1.28. Access Bank, 1.7. Fidelity, 2.0. Stanbic, 2.5. Stanchart, 2.4. Bank of Africa, a million. Republic Bank, $1 million. Let's look at the 23 banks in terms of their network. It moved from 29 billion to 39.88 billion. So we're saying that the entire bank in Ghana gave the 2 billion to BAWA for the advance payment guarantee.
Away from the GoldBod, Ghana and Pakistan say they plan to work more closely in a bid to broaden strategic partnerships. Both countries witnessed a staggered cooperation over the years owing to a myriad of challenges. However, at the just-ended Ghana-Pakistan political consultation in Accra, both countries say they aim to work together in the areas of defense, digital innovation, education, environment, agriculture, public health, peace and security, and people-to-people exchanges.
This signing ceremony and the inaugural political consultations mark a historic milestone in the relations between Ghana and Pakistan. They bring our two countries closer together, driven by a shared vision for mutual prosperity, growth, and advancement of South-South cooperation. Beyond today, it is our common responsibility to advance the areas of cooperation by proceeding along common guiding principles and working tirelessly for our mutual benefit in the areas of peace, sustainable development, and the well-being of our peoples. In this regard, mindful of the unfolding global complexities, Ghana believes that our cooperation with Pakistan must be broadened beyond the traditional areas to include strategic partnerships in the areas of defense, digital innovation, education, environment, agriculture, public health, peace and security, and people-to-people exchanges.
The re-establishment of our mission in Accra in 2022, after almost 2 decades, is a reaffirmation of Pakistan's renewed commitment to strengthening our presence not only in Ghana but also in this very important region. We are keen to enhance our collaboration in all spheres of mutual interest. Pakistan's foreign policy towards Ghana in particular and West Africa in general Excellency, while thanking you again for receiving me here today along with your team, I am confident that the bilateral political consultation mechanism will serve as an effective platform to advance our shared objectives and to maintain regular engagement and also to explore new and promising areas of collaboration.
Now to some other stories. Supreme Court Judge Justice Yoni Kulendi has joined old students of Tindamba Primary School to oppose plans to demolish the school for a 24-hour economy market. He insists education must not be sacrificed for commerce and says all legal means will be used to stop the move. The 70-year-old school currently has 370 pupils. Justice Kulendi has urged the Wa Municipal Assembly to build more schools instead of demolishing existing ones.
This is the Tindamba Primary School, one of the few oldest and pre-independent schools in the Upper West region, established in 1956. The pre-colonial administrators, with support from the local authorities, established the school in the outlandish enclave southwest of Sakbayiri, Zongo, and Kabanye. The school currently has a population of 370 pupils. The Tindamba Primary School, since its establishment 70 years ago, has produced sway for people who are contributing to the development of the country and beyond. Dr. Abudu Sakara is a member of the 1968 year group and a retired staff of the University of Ghana.
The paramount chief of the Busa traditional area, who is also an old student of WA. We also have His Lordship Justice Yoni Kulendi, who was my 1-year junior. We also have other professionals in other areas like the lands department. We have headmasters who have passed through, or retired headmasters who have passed through here. We also have other public servants who have passed through here. We have lawyers like Lawyer Ishak. We have lawyers like Lawyer Nombo. We have people like Mr. Nyatechi Kosi, the former Ghana Football Association president.
Despite the huge and significant contributions made by the school in the socio-economic development of the people, there are plans by the World Municipal Assembly, for that matter, the government, in the next couple of weeks to raise the school down to ground zero for a 24-hour economy market to fulfill the 2024 manifesto campaign promise of the NDC.
Coming to demolish a very important school that has some kind of historical reason in our community for the purpose of building a market, because a lot of people have passed through the school. So if you are demolishing it, you are trying to what? It will disrupt our attachment to the school, our emotional attachment to the school. So the best thing for them to do is to look for a different alternative.
The pupils will be relocated from the area to the Tindamba Junior High School and the Nuria and Huria Islamic schools, where they will see part of their classrooms for use in the interim. A decision welcomed by many, but totally disagreeing with where they will want to site the project. They are at a loss as to why they will want to collapse education for commerce. Stakeholders of the school, particularly Sakbayiri and Zongo chiefs, members of the school management committee, parents and the Old Boys Association say they have not been consulted on the plan to collapse the school for a 24-hour market. Mwazu Mohammed Akram is the chairman of the school management committee.
Let's say the chief executive or the minister or any of the relevant institution, do they pick them from the market? They are educated. That is the reason why they are picked to represent us in various institutions. So without education, how will it be done? So these children that are here, granted they are not educated, what will have happened? What sort of community will we be living with? But let's say public schools, now the enrollment is low because of the what? Private schools. Go to the all the public schools in the region. You can see the enrollment is low because of what? Most parents prefer to take their children to private schools. That is the reason. But because of that, you can't even say the enrollment is less. Because of that, let's change it to be market.
Another is the parent association chairman of the school, Isaac Adam. He is of the firm belief that the school will lose its identity if it is mixed with other schools.
Yeah, as PTA executives,
they have not told us anything. They just want to sack us away. We heard they want to relocate the people and share them with Tindamba, Nuria, and Huria. How will we call the school? The school definitely will lose its identity.
Worried about the development to convert a relic to a 24-hour economy market, Supreme Court Judge Justice Yoni Kulendi himself, an old student of the school, together with other senior old students of the school, engaged municipal and regional directors of education and the Wallo Overlord, now for Saint City Philip IV, and his subjects on the issue. Justice Kulendi was unequivocal and blunt, saying they won't allow the school to be collapsed for a market.
We are here with a complaint, but also with an announcement. The announcement is that we are not going to accept people taking that school for a market. We will not, with all due respect. We will give you the hardest fight of your life, and we will use every lawful means to resist any plan to turn that school into a market. It's not going to happen. We'll take it left, right, center, and fight it with every lawful and legitimate tactic that is permissible in a democracy.
One municipal chief executive, Alhaji Isa Nurodawana, posited that the matter is before the world overlord for him to take a decision, and has therefore refused to give us audience on the issue. Our source at the One House Palace indicated that they are deliberating seriously on the issue and for now are also tight-lipped.
The Tindamba Primary School is scheduled to celebrate its 70th anniversary this year. However, with the intent of the One Municipal Assembly and the government to demolish and relocate the pupils to another school, the parents are saying that they are confused as to whether that is the best baby gift the government would like to give to their kids. Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Okay.
Away from the Upper West region, residents and traders in Komenda and its catchment communities have raised concerns over what they describe as the unfair application of measurements in the ongoing expansion of the Cape Coast Takoradi Highway. According to them, recent development indicates that the planned demolition exercise will disproportionately affect only one side of the road. They are therefore appealing to the government and to the Minister for Roads and Highways to intervene and address the situation.
For several months, plans have been underway to expand the Cape Coast Takoradi Highway, with demolition exercises along portions of the road already in progress. However, traders and residents of Komenda in the Komenda Dinegwa-Fabre municipality are expressing strong displeasure over what they describe as an unfair implementation of the road expansion process. At a press conference, resident and trader Felicia Tibu-Mensah questioned the recent changes to the initial measurements, demanding clarity and answers from the authorities.
We just want to know why they have added that second measurement, because for the initial measurement, we are aware from the 300 left, 300 right. But right now, on 7 January, they came and made another second measurement, which we don't know anything about it. And the extension too is too wide, which we don't even know what is going on. And up to now, from 7 January till now, nobody has even come around to say anything about it, as they did it for the first time. So for us for being here, our only plea was that we are only pleading the road for the road minister to come, and please, he should come and say something to us, because we just don't understand what is going on. We are troubled. We are all troubled. From 7 January that they made this measurement, we've been disturbed up to now. If they come and tell us that, oh, now there's a changes, we will not say anything. But for now that we don't know anything, they've not come to tell us anything. It's like we are not happy at all. So they should come and say something to us. This is what we are only pleading for. Another resident and trader, George Kumsin, explained that while the original plan provided equal measurements on both sides of the highway, recent developments suggest the demolition will largely affect only one side of the road. He therefore called on government and the Roads and Highways Minister to intervene.
Initially, they came here to tell us that they will do it. They will take one side and the other side. But now, we don't know what is going on. They wanted to push all the two lanes to one side. That is not fair. So we're pleading to Road Minister and President to come and explain why they want to push all the road to one side. This one is national project. We can't stop them. We want the initial measurement. We don't want any problem here. So as we are talking, we need Road Minister and President to come in to tell us what is going on right now.
From Komenda, Abigail Lissel Nkoma reports for Joy News.
It's now time for some business news. I'll bring you that right after this breather. Welcome back. Tax consultant Francis Timoboy is urging the government to maintain prudent fiscal discipline and block revenue leakages to mitigate the economic impact of recent tax cuts. His advice comes at a time the IMF is warning that the recent tax cuts and abolition of some levies could hurt the economy in the short term, a development that will result in the country losing more than 6 billion cedis in a year. But Mr. Timoboy suggests that without strengthening revenue collection, the economy may face renewed pressures. He spoke to Joy Business.
Yes, I think one thing that we all expect is the continuous fiscal discipline. Government should not spend when the money is not there. We've seen this thing in the past where government does not have the money, but some way, somehow, pressure, they can't sustain the pressure, especially from labor and everywhere, pressure everywhere. So they end up borrowing and therefore creating serious deficit for the country. I believe that if we're able to sustain the discipline, expenditure controls, we've seen some audits of payroll that is circulating around. If all of these things are through and be able to sustain and monitor the expenditure, I think is one way government can do. Again, we need to block the leakages. Sometimes it's not just the revenue mobilization, but how it is spent. So by blocking the leakages and also creating trust in the system, obviously voluntary compliance will increase. So whilst we are looking at how we can raise more revenue, which we encourage the GRA to continue with all the policies, enforcement, we just have to also look at the way the money is spent. And with these two measures coordinating very well, I believe that we will still be able to pursue our developmental goals whilst waiting for the future benefits of some of these reforms.
Also, the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry is appealing to government to integrate the One District, One Factory initiative into its 24-hour economy policy to boost private sector growth. According to the Chamber, by incorporating this initiative into the 24-hour economy, the government can leverage existing infrastructure and expertise to drive growth.
These are Ghanaians who have established businesses. So if you don't like the policy, can we roll them onto your new policy? Because the new government will come with another policy. Do you want us to leave them behind? You can't leave them behind. So you roll them onto the new policy and showing that, okay, you are under One District, One Factory. Now we want you to operate 24 hours. And when you operate 24 hours, you are going to get a benefit of, let's say, reduce tariffs on electricity over at night. I think that's one of the policies. So there are conditions in that policy. So if you're under One District, One Factory, and you decide to come onto the 24-hour policy, the benefit of the 24-hour policy, you should get it. So you, the entrepreneur, you, the private sector business owner, should also decide that, yes, I want to come on that policy and get a benefit out of it. But you cannot say that I've cancelled out and therefore they don't get a benefit.
Let's now bring you some updates on the commodities market. And that's it for AM News. Please, for more news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. My name is Denise Apomaje. Up next is sports. Enjoy the rest of the show.